you testify that you did hand in these buccal samples at the biological section of the forensic science laboratory. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Ubuziweke uyena Mr. Ramsipileke nomele yena umangalelo wesibili ngokuthi ke ukulandelelana ke noma ukuhanjiswa ke kwalobufakazi lobu wase uyabuzwa uyena ke uadvocate Khumalo ngokumphathelene naye ke umangalelo wesine washo ke wena ukuthi wazihambisa ke uzisa kuyona ke ilab yebo kuyiqiniso.
Did you get any acknowledgement of receipt?
That's correct, my lord.
Ingaba khona yini owakuthola ke okuyisiqinisekiso noma okutshengisayo ke ukuthi wakhambisa lokho uthi yebo kuyiqiniso.
I just want to show you a document which has been marked Exhibit D8. Can you just identify it?
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
These are the receipts, my lord, which I have received, my lord, from Biology Forensic Science Laboratory.
Iwona amaphepha lana noma ke ireceipt ke engayithola ke uma ngihambisa ke base benginikeza lokho okuyinkomba ke yokuthi ngempela ngakuhambisa.
Yes, for which accused?
For accused number 2 and accused number 3 and accused number 4.
Lana ke kubhalwe umangalelo wesithathu kanye nowesine.
As a court, please, my lord, it's not really in dispute. We just beg leave to hand up this exhibit D in brackets 8. It's acknowledgement of receipt from the biology section of accused 3 and accused number 4. My colleagues have been finished with that document. Right. Advocate Mnisi put it to you that your evidence regarding the 2 cell phones that you testify that were found in possession of accused number 2 on the 30th of May 2020 during his arrest is untrue. You then responded that there is an SAP 13 to confirm that.
That's correct, my lord.
Advocate Mnisi ke ushilo kwena ke ukuthi ubufakazi bakho mayela namakhalekhukhwini ababili abatholakala kuyena umangalelo wokuqala nge-30 zange-2020 kathi eboshwa ukuthi bengasilona iqiniso. Washo ke wena ukuthi ke ikhona SAP 13 ewubufakazi ke ukuthi impela bakhona lawo ma cell phones. Yebo.
Now you've already referred to the SAP 13 extract from Tembisa police station. Is there any other extract of SAP 13?
My lord, I have the SAP 13 of Tembisa South, my lord, and there is also SAP 13, my lord, from Brixton, my lord, upon which they have received the exhibits.
Nayo ke usukhulumile ke ufakazileke nge-SAP 13 yaseThembisa ingaba ikhona yini enye SAP 13 SAP 13 yaseThembisa South kanye futhi ke nayo ke eyase Brixton.
I just want to show you a document that has been marked Exhibit D in brackets 6, which has also been furnished to my colleagues. Can you just identify that?
Yes, my lord, it is SAP 13413, my lord, where an entry, my lord, has been made, my lord, in connection with the 2 cell phones, my lord, that were seized from accused number 1.
Lana ke exhibit lona ke D6 bhaliwe ke ku SAP 13 lapha ke ku 413 ekhuluma ke ngomakhalekhukhwini ababili abatholakala kuyena umangalelo wokuqala.
Yes, can you just put you have a copy? Can you just put the contents on record?
The one of Christine.
Yes.
It is SAP 13413, Tembisa 217/03/2019, dealing in drugs, Samsung, unknown email, back number PA 600. My lord, I can't actually see this number.
Yes.
It's not clear if it's 6 or 5.
Yes.
00180696, and there's PA 600 1244570. The second one is black phone, unknown email, PA 500 180 6986, and there's PA 600 1244568.
Imininingwane ifundeka ngalendlela ke u413 Tembisa number yeqala ke u217032019 iqala ke ukutholakala nezidakamizwa kubhaliwe ke ukuthi iSamsung 3.1 IMEI number ayaziwa uPA kune number bukeka ngathi u6 ke 6001806986 no PA 600 1244570 umakhalekhukhwini wesibili ifoni emnyama ngombala IMEI number ayaziwa uPA 500 1806986 no PA 600 1244568.
Yes, have you placed all the particulars on record?
And my lord, there is a place where, my lord, it reflects my name, my service number, cell phone number, suspect. Sorry, my lord, Mzi Temba Sibia, and my lord, there is where, my lord, I have attached my signature, my lord. And there is also a signature of the person who has received the exhibit.
Bekhona ke indawo la engibhale khona ke igama lami, ngibhala ke inamba yami yasemaphoyiseni, i-cell number yami, umsolwa bhaliwe ke Mzi Themba Sibiya, nala ngisayinde khona, nala kusayinde khona lo ekuyena owathola amazibiti.
Yes.
And my lord, there is a column 5 where it shows 2 phones booked in for downloading. The date is 2020 10/14, and received by there's a signature, my lord, and also 2 phones received from downloader, date 2020 10/15. There's batch number PA 6500 178681, PA 6500 178680, and there's a column, my lord, where it says the date 2020 12/17, 2 phones booked out, handed over to Captain Mwebe with the service number 05399001, cell phone number 082. There's a cell phone number, my lord, a signature. Two signatures, my lord, are reflecting 6.3 and 6.4.
Lana ke futhi kuphindeke nala ku column 5 ke kubhaliwe ama phone amabili akhishwa ke.
Sorry, my lord, it's not 2 signature, my lord, it's 1 signature.
Ama phone amabili ke akhishwa ke ukuthi ke kuyobhekwa ke noma ke ayo downloadwa. I-date ukhona u2020 10/14. Okay, nokuthi yatholwa ubani ke ubani wayamukela amafoni amabili etholwa ubani nokuthi futhi yini ezoyenza ku downloada u2020 10/15
Received from downloader.
Ithi lamafoni amabili iyachaza okokuqala ukuthi yamukelewa noma yathola obani ukuthi amafoni amabili ke ayabuya noma asebuya ke manje emuva kokuthi ke kwakuyokwenziwa ama-download kuwona 2020-10-15 inamba ke yesikhwama lesi ezobufakazi PA65 00178681 no PA65 00178680 bese ke ku column 6 ke kubhaliwe 2020-12-17 amafoni amabili akhishwa ke ase endluliselwa noma enikezelwa ku Captain Ngwebe kwabhalwa ke inamba yakhe yamaphoyisa i-cell number yakhe wase eyasayinda futhi ke.
Now, during the cross-examination by Mr. Mgomezulu, he referred to Exhibit DD in brackets 5, paragraph 15.2.2, and he put it to you that the forensic bag, which appears there, and I'm going to put it on record again, PA65 00178680, differs from the forensic bag number mentioned in the SAP 13 from Tembisa as per Exhibit CCC in brackets 1. And your answer was, this is probably the evidence back number after in which the cell phone was put after it was downloaded. Now, the information as per column 5 does it accord with the number that's reflected in paragraph 15.2.2?
That's correct, my lord. It is also reflecting that 2 phones received from downloader.
Yes.
Manje ke kunkathi ke uMr Mgomezulu ekubuza ke imibuzo uthe ke kunale number ke noma lesi sikhwama sobufakazi esine number PA6500187680 ukuthi ke leyo number leyo ihlukile ke kuleyo ebhaliweke noma ekhona kwi SAP 13 lena ke yaseThembisa ucolumn 5 lana ke uma ngifunda lana khona ku5 iyasho ke ukuthi amafoni amabili atholakala noma ayebuya kuyena owaye downloader.
So, my lord, it is the same back number, my lord.
Kusho ukuthi ke inamba ke yesikhwama leyo efanayo noma ke inamba eyodwa.
Now, regarding the arrest of accused number 1 on the 19th of March 2019, Mr. Mgomezulu put it to you that one Sergeant Baloyi and Mudau arrested accused number 1 for the murder of Mr. Senzo Meiwa. And you answered that their statements do not mention that they arrested accused number 1 for the death of Senzo Meiwa. Now, the question is, were these 2 officers ever part of the investigating team in this matter?
No, my lord, they are not part of the investigation team.
Kumibuzo yakhe ke noma bekuhloma yona ke uMr Mgomezulu ke uthe ekuboshweni kwakhe ummangalelo wokuqala nge-19 zika March 2019 boshwa kwabita ko Sergeant Baloyi kanye noMudau bathi ke nabambophela icala lokubulala uSenzo Meiwa. Umbuzo manje ke ukuthi laba babili uSergeant Baloyi kanye noMudau bake bayingxenye yini yophenyo laleli cala? Uthi cha abakaze babe yingxenye yophenyo laleli cala.
Mr. Mgomezulu further put it to you that accused number 1 was questioned on the 19th of March 2019 on the information given by Mr. Zungu, as he put it, and that a search was conducted at accused number 1's premises as it was alleged that he was in possession of drugs, culminating in him being charged for possession of drugs under Tembisa CAS 217/3/2019. Now, what is the status of that case?
My lord, the accused, my lord.
Yes, you don't need to. Is still ongoing?
It's finalized, my lord.
Thank you.
Icala leli ke elu 21703 ka2019 leke laseThembisa kasahambeli ke liseqediwe.
Now, Mr. Mgomezulu further put it to you that accused number 1 mentions in his confession that he was with Marco and Makimbi during the incident and that one of them shot the deceased. You then mentioned that you discovered that he was giving misleading information. And you further mentioned that there's a record from correctional services that those 2 people were in prison when Senzo Mayo was killed.
That's correct, my lord.
Eseqhubekayo ngifama imibuzo ke uMr Mgomezulu uthe kwena ke washo uma esegonuluka ke ummangalo lokuqala ukuthi yena ke waye noMarco kanye noMakhimbi wase uyaphendula ke wena wathi ngaleso sikhathi ke sokubulawa kwakhe uSenzo Meyiwa uMarco kanye noMakhimbi futhi khona ke okutshengisayo nobufakazi ke ukuthi bona ke babe boshiwe besejele yeke kuqiniso.
Were you able to establish as to when they were arrested, these 2 individuals?
My lord, I don't have it now at the back of my mind.
Okay, that's fine.
Ingabe wathola yini ukuthi baboshwa abaningi ke labo babili anginayo ke njengamanje.
Yes. Thank you. Both Advocate Nisi and Mr. Mgomezulu asked you as to whether you consulted the family members of the deceased in this matter. Insofar as you could establish, were any of them present when the incident happened?
No, my lord.
Bobabili ke uadvocate Mnisi kanye naye ke uMr Mgomezulu bakubuzile ke ukuthi wahlangana noma nahlangana yini nomndeni kamufi ingabe babe khona yini ngenkathi isigameko leso senzeka cha.
It's on record that various police officers took down statements of various witnesses. Do you perhaps know if any of them made contact with the family?
The officer. Yes, my lord. Well, I don't have any idea.
Kunofakazi ke ukuthi amaphoyisa amaningi ke noma amaphoyisa ahlukene ke athatha ubufakazi thatha idatha ke kofakazi abahlukile uyazi yini ukuthi bona ke baxhumana yini nabo cha angazi.
Now, Mr. Mgomezulu made this sweeping proposition to you that you've cooked up the evidence. Do you have any reason to cook up the evidence as you put it, whatever that means?
No, my lord, I do not have any reason.
Ushilo ke uMr Mgomezulu ke kwena ke wathi into nje yonke nje le eyaphekwa ke lokufakazi lobo ngabe nako naso yini izathu sokuthi ke ngakwenza lokho noma kusho ukuthini ke lokho cha anginaso.
Did you know any of the accused before the incident?
No, my lord.
Ingabe ukhona yini okade umazi ummangalela ngaphambi kwesehlakalo lesi cha.
Now, Mr. Mgomezulu then went ahead and put this following proposition to you that Mr. Longwe Twala is the one who shot the deceased, that the deceased, Mr. Senzo Mayo, was shot when separating Longwe and Zandi, who were fighting, that when Longwe got to the house, that he was under the influence and had a .3 revolver, and that 3 shots were fired, and 3 people were injured, being the deceased, Mr. Senzo Mayo. He was fatally wounded. That Mr. Longwe Twala shot himself in his ankle, and that the other shot was fired in the floor, and that Ms. Zandi Khumalo was injured.
My lord, is that, are you putting?
Yes, do you remember that?
I remember, my lord.
That proposition that was put to you?
I remember, my lord.
Yes, but
Uyakhumbula ke kunaloko akushilo ke uadvocate Mgomezulu ukuthi ke umufi wadubuleka ke ezama ukuthi ke ahlukaniseke uLongwe kanye naye ke uZandile ila adubuleka khona nokuthi ke wafika ke uLongwe lapho ke edakiwe ngokusho kwakhe nokuthi futhi ke kona ke lokho isibhamu saqhuma kathathu kunabantu abathathu abashayeka umufi washayeka naye sashaya phansi sashaya phansi saze sashaya uZandile Khumalo naye ke wayidubula eqakaleni yebo ngiyakhumbula esho kanjalo.
Now, in support thereof, Mr. Mgomezulu then referred to the statement of Mr. Longwe Twala as per A9, paragraph 4, and if I can just ask you to once again put the contents of that paragraph up to the next page. Paragraph 4.
Paragraph 4 reads as follows, my lord. Suddenly, at 2000 hours on 2014-10-26, 2 unknown boys came in the house. I heard a voice saying, take out phones. It's not clear, my lord.
Yes. Yes.
And money. I then approached one of the boys. I grabbed him and pushed him. He was armed with a revolver, 3.8 special. I ran out to look for help.
Yes, that's enough. Thank you.
Efundeka ngalendlela ke istatement sakhe lesi uLongwe Twala kwangena ke noma kwangehora lesishagalombili nge 2014-10-26 kwangena ke abafana ababili ngase ngizwa phakathi endlini ngase ngizwa ke izwi lithi ke imali ama phones kanye nemali ngaya ke koyedwa walabo bafana labo ngase ngiyambamba ke ngamphusha wayenesibhamu abayinaso ke ni revolver i38.3.8 special ngabalekela ngaphandle ke ngiyofuna usizo.
Now, in this paragraph that you've just read out, which Mr. Mgomezulu put on record, is there any support for these two propositions? The first one, that Mr. Longwe came into the house with a .38 special. Is there any support for that proposition?
I see none, my lord.
Manje kuloko oqeda ufunda lana ke kukhona yini okuhambisana naloko ebekhulunywa uyena uMr Mgomezulu ukuthi uLongwe Twala wangena endlini ephethe i-revolver noma i.38 special uthi cha akukho.
And the second assertion by Mr. Mgomezulu was that Longwe is the one who discharged the firearm and fatally wounded the deceased and himself. Is there any support for that proposition that Mr. Longwe Twala injured himself?
There is none, my lord.
Okunye futhi ke okushiwo uyena ke Mr Mgomezulu ukuthi ke uLongwe Twala ke uyena ke owadubula ke umufi wase naye ke eyishaya eqakaleni. Kukhona yini kuloko oqeda ufunda lana okuhambisana naloko? Cha akukho.
And Warrant Officer Musia testified that this house was swapped for DNA material, including blood, and that the only blood that was found was that of the deceased, as per Exhibit X11, which was found at near the TV stand in the kitchen tile wall and on the Heineken can. Are you aware of any other blood stains that were found on the scene, except for what I've just put to you?
No, my lord.
Warrant Officer Musia ubufakazi bakhe ke washo ke ukuthi ke kwatholakala igazi lakhe ke umufi eduze kwestand ke se TV khona ke nekanela khona ke lapho le Heineken khona yini elinye igazi olaziyo ke latholakala khona lapho ngaphandle kwaleli enqedwe ukusho kwena cha.
And the evidence was that Mr. Longwe Twala also went to the hospital with after the deceased was taken to hospital, that he also went to the hospital, that he stayed there at the hospital and also returned to the house, to leave much later. Does this accord with his assertion that has been made that Mr. Longwetwala shot himself in the foot?
No, my lord, I don't see anything with regard to that.
Obunye noma ubufakazi okhona ke phambi kwale nkantolo ukuthi ke uma ufike esehanjiswa eyake emtholampilo noma esibhedlele ke uLongwetwala wayekhona ke lapho wahlala ke naye waseyahamba eya endlini. Ukhona yini ke manje lana ke okuhambisana ke nokuthi uLongwetwala ke wayelimele kulokhu uthi cha akukho kushoyo?
I don't see, sorry, my lord, not with regard in support of that, my lord.
Kodwa akukho ke okuhambisana ke nalokho.
Now, Mr. Mgomezulu also referred to the affidavit of Mrs. Fiso Stanley Meiwa as per 812. I just want to, if you can just put the date of that statement on record.
The date, my lord, is not clear.
Yes. Or at least the year, if you can just figure out which year in which it was made.
My lord, it's not clear. The date stamp is not clear.
Akaxeleke njengoba istaff lesixaxeleke ukuthi wenziwa ngomuphi unyaka.
Oh, sorry, my lord, sorry. My correction, it's 2019-04-25.
Idate ke lana u2019-04-25.
So in other words, how many years after the incident was that statement made?
5 years, my lord.
Le statement esenziwa ke emuva kweminyaka emihlanu isehlakalo lesisenzeke.
Are you aware if the utterances that are made in that statement against Dr. Khoza, do you know if Dr. Khoza has commented on those allegations in an affidavit?
My lord, I know that there is an affidavit, my lord, of Dr. Ivan Khoza.
Ingabe uyazi yini ukuthi le insolo lezi ke ezibhaliwe lana ke uyena uSifiso Stanley Meiwa ukuthi ke uDr. Khoza ukhona yini abakusho? Yebo ngiyazi ukuthi sikhona ke statement esifungelwe sakhe uDr. Khoza.
And just maybe finally, if you can just clarify the date on which the warning statements of the accused were obtained and the date on which the warrants of arrest were executed on them.
My lord, the warrants were executed on the 26th of October 2020.
Ingabe ama dates noma amalanga ke okokuqala ama warning statement kubona abamangalelwa kanye futhi ke nokukhishwa ke manje kwezincwadi lezi ezigunyazisa ukuthi baboshwe ke kwakume 26 ka October 2020 uma khishwa ke izincwadi zokuboshwa kwabo.
And the warning statement, can I check for it? My lord, the warnings statement of Fisokuhle Ntuli was taken on 2020-0701.
I-warning statement yakhe ke uFisokuhle Ntuli idate ke 2020-0701.
And my lord, the one of Mthokozisi Sipho Zonke Mapisa was taken on the 6th of July 2020.
Bese kuthi ke uMthokozeni Maphisane nge-6 zika July 2020.
The one of Mtobisi Mncube was taken on 2020-06-30. 2020-06-30.
Bese kuthi ke uMthobisi Mncube yena ke 2020-06-30.
The one, my lord, of Bongani Sandi Sontanzi was taken on 2020-07-26.
Bese kuthi ke Bongani Sandi Sontanzi is 26 July 2020.
And the one, my lord, of Muzika Ukulelwa Stemba Sibia was taken on 23 July 2020.
Bese kuthi ke yakhe ke uMuzika ukhulelwa Sithemba Sibiya nge-23 zika July 2020.
Thank you. So there was a significant lapse of time between the taking of the warning statements and the execution of the warrants.
That's correct, my lord.
Kusho ukuthi ke kwakunesikhathi ke esandlula ke phakathi kwama warning statements ke noma ke istatement lezi zokuxwayiswa kwabo kanye futhi ke nokhishwa kwencwadi eyigunyazisa ukuboshwa kwabo yebo kuyiqiniso.
Now, it was put to you that you cook up the case. What was happening between the taking of the warning statement and the execution of the warrants?
My lord, we were running an investigation.
Kushiwo ke kuwena ke ukuthi nje nina ke nanihlanganyeleke lokunipheka ke icala leli ke manje kwenzekani ke phakathi ukuthathwa ke kwezistatement lezi ama warning statement nesikhathi ke sokhishwa ke kwezincwadi lezi zogunyazwa ukuboshwa kwabo sasenza uphenyo.
And did you enroll the case on your own accord?
No, my lord, I'm not the one who enrolled the case.
Yeah, but whose decision was it to enroll the case?
It was, my lord, the NPA.
Ingabe kodwa ke inina ke noma wena ke owabese uletha icala phambili ke cha akusona ke umsebenzi wami ukuthi icala ke bese liya ke enkantolo umsebenzi lawo ke walabo abashushisayo.
Thank you, my lord. That will be all.
Thank you. Yeah, just on that note, as I understand the law, when there's a complaint lodged with the allegation that a person has contravened the law, mainly in criminal law, that, for instance, a murder has been committed, is it not so that you as the investigating officers, you investigate all angles of the offense? After you have completed the investigations, you take the dockets and you hand them over to the NPA's office,
It is correct,
the
my lord.
Director of Public Prosecutions. Police never charge anybody. Am I correct?
That's correct, my lord.
You know, this,
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi mase siphenyile ke thina ke siphenye ngazo zonke ke inhlango ukuthi thina sidlulisela kubashushisike amaphoyisa akusibona ke abantu ekuyibona abacharge abantu isinqumo ke sithathwa yilabo abashushisayo.
I think it's section 175 of the NPA Act. The person who charges or the intruders or obstructors of justice or the so-called guilty parties or suspects, it's at the behest of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
That's correct, my lord.
And the person who draws up the charge sheet is at the behest of the NPA Director's Office. No policeman draws a charge sheet. That's the law I know. Have you ever drawn a charge sheet, sir?
No, my lord.
Because I saw them reading a charge sheet to you that so and so says on this day you did this and this and this murder, he. But is that a statement correct of the law that no policeman draws a charge sheet?
That's what I know, my lord.
Iloko ke engikwaziyo ke mina ke nomkantolo yasho ukuthi ngomthetho ekwaziyo ke yona ke ukuthi ke isinqumo sithathwa ke kulabo ke abashushisayo ebizwa ngokuthi ke NPA futhi ke kunale ncwadi ke ebizwa ngokuthi ke charge sheet la khona ke amacala abantu abatheswa khona ke ukuthi akazi iphoyisa elikuyilona elenza lokho kodwa nalapha ke kuba iNPA eyenza lokho.
The other thing is this so-called second docket, was it ever displayed in this court? If I remember, Ms. Mshololo had it. Am I correct? Or a letter
Yes,
from...
I think cross-examination
Yeah.
from some of the statements
Yeah.
was made to the witnesses.
Yeah, quite. Doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to get at, those persons who allegedly are the suspects in that second docket, they have not been charged. Is that not so?
My lord, what I know is that I am here for Force Laura's case.
Yeah, the
636.
first Loras one, fine.
Yes,
That
my
is
lord.
636.
Yes, of
And
10,
the other one is
2014.
39 what?
No, I think 3.
Now it's common knowledge. Is that not so, Mr. Mgomezo? You talked about the second docket too. Yeah, the point I'm trying to get at is, factually speaking, no persons have been charged in that second docket.
Correct.
Have you seen the charge sheet in that docket?
No, I haven't seen the charge.
Is there a charge sheet, Mr. Baloyi?
No, my lord, the court will recall that we handed up a letter from
Yes.
the Director of Public Prosecution saying that a decision
Will be
only
taken
at
after
a
this
late-
case.
Yes, at a later stage.
Okay.
Yebo khona ke la dokotela lesibini elu375 abekho ke futhi noma ke lokho kubizwa ngokuthi ke i-charge sheet la amacala abekwa khona ke usekhumbuza inkantolo umshushisi ukuthi ke kule ncwadi yayifundiwe ke la inkantolo ukuthi isinqumo sizothathwa kamuva ke uma sekuqhubekile icala mayelana nalela lesibili idokotela.
Yeah, that's the last aspect, Mr. Nisi. I thought when we read that case of Rex versus Hepworth, 1927, you remember?
Yes,
What did they say? They talked about gimmicks and intelligent, what, you remember?
He talks about so many things, so I
Yeah,
may
but
not be so sure what
one
the
thing
court
I'm
is
interested
referring
in is
to.
because you say, this is new evidence. What does it say about it?
I'm
You
not
said
so
Mr. Baloyi was introducing new evidence.
Yes,
And I'm saying that case deals precisely with that point also. Am I correct?
thank you, my lord.
No, not thank you. Am I correct?
I'll have to go and reread that
Where's that case?
my lord.
You've got it there.
Well, I think in essence it says a criminal trial is not a game.
That's it. And you
That
come with...
one party is entitled to take advantage of the other's
That's
omissions.
it. Yeah, fine. Yeah, but just read it again. And it's...
That part I definitely know.
Yeah.
But now that-
I know you know it.
Yes, but again, that case does not really justify a situation where procedure must just be flagrantly disregarded.
Yeah, mother.
It still says procedure must be observed, strictly speaking, my lord.
Okay. Is that it, sir?
That's it for today. my lord.
I think, my lord, maybe my colleagues and myself have questions that arise from the question that the court has asked this witness.
Yeah, ask them. Ask those questions. Mr. Mgomezi, any
No,
questions arising?
Actually, I was confused when the court was asking a question about charging the suspect by the prosecutor.
Yeah, yes, I know. Yeah. Police normally talk loosely. Hey, ngizokcharge kusasa. No, the decision is taken. Why don't we read section 174 and 5 of the
NPA.
authority pertaining to the duties of the Director of Public Prosecution? Do you have the act there with you?
Yes, it's section 75.
Yeah.
And there's also section 144
Yeah.
that refers to the DPP drawing up an indictment.
That's what I know. Mr. Mgomezulu, are you saying
My Lord,
I'm wrong?
I wasn't actually confused about what
Okay, what are you confused
the
about?
state is, that the police officer, because now we tend to lose the meaning of charging.
Yeah, no.
Because the first person to bring a particular offense or complaint
Yes.
to the prosecution is the police.
Yes, yes.
And the police is directed by the prosecution
Yes,
authority what to do and what to
That's it.
investigate.
You're right.
On the days that this witness has mentioned, or about the days they were charged, the prosecution was not involved. It's only the police that were involved. And
Okay,
secondly,
wait,
my
wait,
Lord,
wait. Who
yes,
signed the indictment?
that is prior.
Hey, who signed the indictment?
It's the DPP.
That's it.
Hence, I'm still going on that aspect, my Lord. When I say there is a letter that came from
No,
the
no,
DPP's office to say it's conditional to charge the people that were in the house.
That letter.
I want the authority, not the letter. I want the law that says there are certain, because here is-
Sorry, just quote that law. Just read the law.
I just want to know.
Because he's got it.
Section 144.
That's it. Just read it.
It says,
Oh, my God.
charged in Superior Court to be laid in an indictment.
Right?
Section 1441, when an Attorney General or Director of Public Prosecutions arraigns an accused for sentence or trial by a superior court, the charge shall be contained in a document called an indictment,
Right?
which shall be framed in the name of the Attorney General or
Right.
Director of Public
That's it.
Prosecutions.
That's it.
And the indictment shall, in addition to the charge against the accused, include, the
Yeah,
particulars of the
you
accused.
have annexures and what have you.
Yes.
My concern, my Lord, is a particular provision in the NPA or in the Criminal Procedure
Which says
Act,
what?
which puts a suspension of a particular offense. Like in this case, my Lord, we have 636. So
Yeah.
the condition is that the accused or the suspect under 375
Yeah, they
will
will-
only be prosecuted if this is finalized.
You know what? Batohi is 150% correct. She is the Dominus Litus of South Africa. Just read 174, who has the authority to charge anybody in South Africa. Anybody, including even the judge.
Yeah, but
No, Mr. I, just
No,
sit
my
down,
Lord,
please.
sorry, my Lord.
It's because I'm telling you the law and you're on piggies.
But no,
But
it's
you
not-
don't tell me where you get your law on piggies.
I'm talking about the condition.
No, Batohi is entitled to do that, to suspend a prosecution. And this thing started in 1910, Attorney General. There's nothing new. The law hasn't changed since 1910. So Batohi, when he says, I will consider this docket, whatever, this one, Egamakubo, no Lishabani or whoever, I will consider it after this case is finalized. Nobody can tell you, hey, charge now. No, it's a decision. She's an authoritative source of that law. She can even charge the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, Phala, if she wants to. So that is the law. But police talk loosely. Hey, ngizokcharge wena. Hey, ngizokcharge wena. You're fine. Police says, I draw a docket and nginika i-office kaBatohi or umnisi when he was working there. And umnisi reads and says, hey, all the elements are not covered. This element, yenza loku naloku naloku. When Mnisi is satisfied that the law has been covered, then Mnisi draws a charge sheet, an indictment, and I sign on behalf of Batohi, not Urata, hey, 6 penny, hey penny policeman, Ekonin. No. But when we talk loosely, it's like this firearm story. We talk, Ivolo. I mean, we talk like that. but we know there are categories of firearms. Like Uluga, who's this chap? The son to Chico. Yeah, they say he came in having a 38. And then he shot these guys, blah, 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 fine. But the state must prove that that 38, as he says, Ulongwe, if you call him, as you are going to call him, is the one that shot Senzo. You've got that thing, sir?
Yeah, it's section
Just read it.
179.
Yes, yes,
subsection
179.
2 of the Constitution.
Okay.
Says the prosecuting authority has the power to institute criminal proceedings on behalf of the state and to carry out any necessary functions incidental to instituting criminal proceedings.
That's it. Okay, are we sitting tomorrow?
Indeed, my lord.
Yeah, by tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Is she coming or she's excused?
No, she's done.
Have you addressed
She's done. I don't know if my learned friends still have questions.
Are they still having? I thought you were the progenitor of the questions.
No, my lord, it's about what we discussed.
Oh, that yeah. Okay, so you want us to do it now or tomorrow morning?
Today, my lord.
What is the view of the other gentlemen? What is it? Are you all at Edom?
My Lord, we have the meeting of the minds that it should be addressed, but limited to what we discussed here, not the radio
Okay.
interview on Warawara.
Okay, fine. Yeah, there is a disturbing message I received or I got from Mr. Mgomezulu, which he suspects arises from the fact that he is counsel in this matter. And it appears that there were two persons who visited his home in the morning, very suspicious movements and persons. Fortunately, when they wanted to enter the premises of Mr. Mgomezulu, the dogs barked, and these two persons, unknown to him, who were behaving suspiciously, and which Mr. Mgomezulu says he suspects they were out to harm him or injure him or kill him, because this is what happens in South Africa. So this court, as an officer of the court, Mr. Mgomezulu, is entitled to all the protection the South African police can accord to him. I said I would make this public so that Mr. Mgomezulu, maybe you should lay a charge with the police so that it is realized that you are being assailed when you are performing your job as an officer of this court. Okay, do you want me to add any other thing?
My lord, the one for the
Pinetown.
for the Kaya FM cannot one link it into those people. But
But I haven't spoken about that.
yes, I wanted to put that across as well.
Yeah, fine. No,
Because-
we're talking about the persons who visited,
Yes.
paid a visitation to your premises.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second part is that, my lord, 7 o'clock last evening,
Yeah.
Kaya FM interviewed Chico Twala, whom they were discussing about the evidence of Sifiso Meiu. And that's when he also challenged my competency. He said, I lack competency and I don't know why am I throwing him into this court.
Yeah, but I can't comment on that.
That's why, my lord, I said, let me put it on record that Chico Twala said this yesterday
Yeah.
and in the morning it was also reported.
Okay.
Ngoba-ke ummeli lona kumele wena-ke kusesibiya-ke inkantolo bifuna nje ukwazisa ukuthi bebenenkulumo abebenayo-ke ekuseni la ngaphandle la kunezinto-ke ey'thile ayitshele inkantolo athi-ke ucabanga ukuthi ngoba-ke eyingxenye yale cala leli kunabantu-ke noma abalisi ababili abasolakalayo ababesendlini yakhe-ke ekuseni, kodwa-ke baphazanyiswe ngokuthi-ke kuye kwakhonkotha-ke izinja-ke. Inkantolo-ke ithi nanjengokuthi-ke lana-ke inkantolo uma kuwukuthi kufanele ayovula icala-ke futhi-ke athole ukuvikeleka, kodwa yinto nje abayikhulumile ngaphandle, kodwa-ke uyafisa umsebenzi ukuthi yaziwe ukuthi-ke khona nje ukusolakalayo. Kucabanga la ukuthi-ke abantu bezomhlathela noma-ke futhi befuna ukuthi bambulale ngenxa yokuthi eyingxenye yale cala. Khona okunye akhuluma ngako, kodwa inkantolo ithi yona ayingeke iphawuleke kulokho.
Okay, thanks.
Coach Alderton.